Good day, guys. Actually, this is a special day for me and for my colleague today. A special visitor. He's actually my cousin who happened as well to be with me when I was studying in college and the whole journey. And I was really happy because this day I'll be having the opportunity to interview him and for him to share also our thoughts when it comes to how did he manage to really come up and continue pursuing his dream until becoming the officer that for a very long time he was longing to claim. And we are happy to introduce today that we have my cousin. This is Charles Gabutero.
Hello.
Actually, we were classmates before when we were in elementary. Yes, and in college, when we were still applying for this scholarship in the MMA, I was with him together with my mother, also with his parents, and our whole journey, we're always bonded from that time. And today, let us have the opportunity to listen what he did, and for sure you will learn a lot when it comes to his strategies. So, Gao, good day, Gao.
Good day.
Kumusta man ka?
Okay lang.
At today, our topic, this will be more into giving advice. How did you manage? Because for quite some time, I've been chatting with you and I was also, looking, when it comes to what was your journey at the time when you were still at ratings.
Yeah.
And for quite a long time that, yes, we know others can become officers immediately and others are said to be delayed, but they are not denied to have that. And for you, what was your journey from that rating ship after we graduated in college?
Oh, I encountered a lot of struggles when I was yet a cadet for the first company, because both of us have, when we graduated, we already have companies together. And after that, I experienced lots of struggles, like ships or the company has been sold, so you need to be transferred again from one company to another, and you'll be waiting for quite some time. I waited around 17 months. Yeah, 17 months to join again the ship for another company, and we have a very, very difficult financial struggle that time. And
That company was your sponsoring company. So how was the journey at the time when you graduated? Were they able to give you immediately this ship for your first vessel assignment?
that in that time, I was under Aboitiz Jebsen, now Jebsen Maritime PTC, and when we arrived there, it was like a shocking experience for us, because when we arrived, they told us, "Do we have any cadets from your school?" Oh, I said, "Yes, sir. We have like this." Okay, let's go to the HR. Like that, and then they explained to us that when it comes to cadetship, even though you are under them, you'll be starting from the utility. You'll be serving the company for quite some time. I served Jebsen for about 3 months when I was told that I already have assigned vessels. Yeah.
So for us, like in our project, usually we'll undergo this training as a scholar because we're both scholars. But for him, he has undergone for quite some time is serving in the company as a utility. So going to your first vessel, where you work with what nationality? Filipinos, full Filipinos, or mixed
First
crew?
experience was all Filipino crew. I've been with other nationalities, but that the first experience I had, all are Filipino.
All are Filipinos.
When I was a cadet.
So that fact that you were working with the Filipino officers, were they that really helpful when it comes to your advancement?
All I can say is it depends on the character of the person, because other people other nationalities or Filipino, they are willing to help, but not everyone. They don't want to share their knowledge because I don't know what's their mindset. Maybe they don't want to be coped up with some stress when you are asking them. I don't know. But for me, from my first experience, it was quite good. They were very helpful, and they trained me to become an officer. Not only that, they mostly focused me on the deck works first, because they said when you arrive in this certain position as the officer, chief officer to be exact, you need to learn everything. Yeah.
So how was it the transition? Having that fact that you serve quite some time as a ratings and you become officers, what was exactly your motivation, or maybe you have motivations why you need it, and in that pursuit, what was the things that you're holding?
Honestly, when we started our journey, first a cadet, I thought that because other batchmates, seniors and juniors from our institution, they was undergone with cadetship program, same with us, but I experienced different. After you graduate, after you finish your cadetship, you'll be going to ratings, and I was shocked. Okay, but this is a challenge. I like challenges.
I see. So you were really observing the challenge and putting yourself into it, that motivation to pursue.
Yep.
So because in our case as well, when we graduated, we all know the process was quite different, because we had a chance to, after school in academ, we go to the Williamson to report, and then that time, just only quite short time, we spent just to process our papers, and maybe just only after 3 months on average, then we've flown. And for year 3-1, so definitely we didn't have that chance, the opportunity to go back to school after this cadetship. Now, taking into consideration that you happen to work with different nationalities, Indians, what else?
Yeah, I've worked with Indian ratings and Ukrainian and Russian officers.
So, which do you prefer? When it comes to nationalities, so I know we have the preferences, but what was the most challenging thing that you happened to encounter that time?
After my cadetship, the vessel was sold. Then I come to this different company, same under with my sponsored company, Jebsen. When I arrived there as an ordinary seaman, when I arrived, I saw only Indian crew and Russian on deck department. Filipino crew are on the engine, but for me, I'm from deck. I'm the only one there. It's quite challenging and saddened, because you cannot talk to anybody when you're working.
Exactly.
You cannot share anything and your thoughts. You just need to follow what they said. So
I think I remember that time when you were still joining, and as far as I can remember, I was already the officer and you were still joining us waiting that time, and it seemed like you had some wound that time, the moment you joined the vessel, right?
Yeah.
And you told me that it was like, majority of the crew there were all different nationalities, and if I have not mistaken, you're the only Filipino, or only a few.
I'm the only Filipino in the deck department.
Only in the deck department.
Yeah.
So that is the thing, because we know what's the edge when you're working with the nationalities on the same department, on the other department, especially the way we help each other on the department and being an officer. So, what do you think are the biggest challenges for everybody nowadays? Because we know, and you know, that some of the graduates and even their batchmates, after a few years when they graduated, they stopped or didn't pursue anymore to become at least officer, third officer, second officer. What do you think are the problems, and what could be the solutions?
First, to those who are still willing but don't have the chance, it's the opportunity. Maybe they were discouraged, same as I, same with me when I was a ratings for, you just said, and was a ratings for a very, very long time. I am in the verge of like studying in that kind of career. Like, I don't want to be an officer anymore. I don't want to learn anything. But some people encourages me, especially above, and I just pursued for what I like, and God gave me the opportunity to where I'm now.
Yeah. Because actually, when I was chatting at you, that's why I was asking you more often which company were you still in this company who sponsored you,
Yeah.
and you told me that you transferred already to Hellenic. So in that transition, because others, even me, I'm afraid to transfer to another company,
Yeah.
especially,
difficult.
right? There's always this negative bias within our minds, and it's quite difficult also from the comments that I got from my colleagues. So how was it? How you cope up with that challenge when, especially, say for example, I want to transfer to other company? What should be the mindset? What should be the strategy from the moment you transferred, or from the decision making until you're really on the ground working on a particular company in your case?
Okay. So when I was there, they told me, okay, you just need to follow because you are a first timer here in a company. You can feel the hierarchy. There's a hierarchy, but it's only people if you just cooperate with them. Maybe about a month or two, you can observe. First, the observation first. You just need to observe their character, because not everyone you can please. You cannot please everyone, so you just need to calm yourself and be humble. Because if you will be putting yourself above the head, you're like stubborn. You'll be stubborn, and you'll be making lots of enemies. And that's why I'm here. They're happy with me, and but I'm sure they will be.
It's a matter also how you mingle.
I mean, what I mean is, not everyone have some good impact to you. Even though how many good things you made, there's still a thing that they will be a negative side for them.
So, being an officer, how and what must be, by your experience, my experience, of course, we have differences. What advice whenever, shall we say, for example, you're an officer, or shall we say from a rating, and for the first time you'll be acting as an officer, and maybe for some reason you'll be scolded by your captains or your officers. How you must be acting or reacting to such action of their officers?
So my advice would be, if you will be scolded for any reasons that you made that have a negative impact for them, just observe it and learn from your mistake, and don't do it again, because that will be a stepping stone. Because when you are in their shoes, you'll feel from when the time comes why you did that and why did they react to that mistake of yours.
So far, as an officer and as a seaman, how was your life working on board the ship from the moment you become an officer? Was it really that challenging? Was it really that, it did meet your expectation, or what?
At first, I was when I was, this is a sharing only, when I finished assessment because they want to promote me as an officer. But when I arrived there in the office, they told me that, okay, you will be lining up as an AB first, but you will be having an opportunity on board if the captain likes you. I was like, okay. And that time, when the ship that I was assigned, one of our batchmates was lined up there, and they told me something happened, and I was the first in line that will be promoted. So I was like, oh, here comes a challenge. So, okay, prepare yourself mentally, physically. You need to prepare everything Kung sa Bisaya pa, dagan dapat kagbalon. And yes, that's it.
And lastly, Gal, for those maybe they can see the conversation that we are thinking today, what would be your last advice from your journey until the day? Because you and I as well is looking forward what will be in the future. And having said that, of course, we can always relate to those who aspire and even those struggling today. When you are in Manila,
Yes.
we can see a lot of seafarers, new graduates are struggling. What will be your advice to those who are until now still not having that slot or ship going to border vessels? That's the first question. What can you tell them about that?
To those who did not board yet,
Yes, those who are still applying.
yeah, they're still applying.
Yeah, those who are still utility and still uncertain until this time.
Yeah.
What
As-
advice?
As everyone has seen in social media, that you cannot go to vessels, most especially we don't have any packers. Just try to apply different, because there's a lot of companies who are giving slots for cadets or for other ranks. You just need to look for it. Opportunities comes, but you need to take action first, and don't lose hope. That one.
And for those who are until now officers, maybe just like you, just like me, we have undergone being a rating. So definitely, also a lot of these aspiring officers who are even now holding their licenses and even renewed their license for frequently already. So what can you advise to those who are working as a rating and still until now are not officers? What should they be doing and what they should be in their mindset?
Yeah, in the actions, it varies in different department. So I will be giving an advice for my experience. So you just need to continue learning. Seafarer journey is, especially for officers, is a continual learning experience. Because you cannot say, oh, I'm an officer, I will stop studying, I will stop. No. When you are there and you want to go to the next rank, you need to learn again. Until you become from what you dreamed, you still need to learn. And do it in a humble way. You ask for permission, you gather some advices, learnings from your officers, and just don't lose hope. That's the first thing. And pray.
So this last question, Gal, for sure before you ask also this same question. This time, do you still aspire to become a captain?
Yeah, I still aspire to be a captain if they give me the opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you heard about the conversations, and I do hope that those who can watch this one, you will learn a lot and you take the advices that we just heard from my cousin. And definitely, soon we will also be talking a lot of talks like this one, and the setup will be different, and the opportunities will surely be oozing. And we'll try to make out the most from this channel so that we can share a lot, because we know and we heard as well what seafarers are really starting today and what really we can impose, especially so that we can help you and we can direct you to what possibilities and how to solve the problems, especially addressing the current issues. And this is my cousin. The next time around, we're gonna be interviewing him. Hopefully, he'll be with his venture and he'll be successful. Aside from becoming officer soon, maybe he will also be pursuing some business, and we look forward to it. And so, yes, till next time around, I'm gonna see you on this channel. Bye bye.
Bye bye.